The Exornath Collective had made a catastrophic mistake. What began as a simple scientific expedition to observe human development became an intergalactic incident when they decided to study human offspring. The aliens, beings of pure logic and empirical observation, saw nothing wrong with abducting 7 children from small Earth settlement for neurological examination. They operated under the assumption that humans would respond with their characteristic rationality and diplomacy. They were catastrophically wrong. Within hours, the parents organized. Within a day, every adult in the settlement was armed and mobilized. Within 2 days, the message had spread across the entire planet with a single, unified command: get those kids back or face extinction. The Exornath, accustomed to methodical negotiations and bureaucratic protocols, found themselves facing something they'd never encountered: pure, undiluted parental fury. The first sign of trouble came when human military forces somehow breached their orbital defenses using improvised electromagnetic pulses. The second sign was when a single human pilot, refusing all evacuation orders, crashed a spacecraft directly into the Exornath's main laboratory. The pilot didn't survive, but neither did the laboratory. The Exornath's records showed the man had been a father of 4. His final recorded transmission simply said, "For my children." The alien collective attempted to negotiate. They explained their research was harmless, that the children would be returned unharmed, that this was merely a scientific endeavor. Humanity's response was to deploy 3 times the military force and begin broadcasting a simple message into space: send them back now, or we're coming for you. What the Exornath failed to understand was that they hadn't just violated scientific protocol. They'd activated something primal in the human species. Humans possessed a protective instinct toward their young that transcended logic, economics, and even survival. Mothers and fathers who worked separate jobs became unified forces. Political enemies became allies. Religious divides disappeared. Prisoners volunteered for suicide missions. Scientists weaponized their knowledge. Artists created propaganda. Every human resource, regardless of origin or belief, merged into a single purpose: retrieve the children. The Exornath intercepted human communications and realized with dawning horror that humans weren't afraid of dying. They were afraid of failing their children, and that made them infinitely more dangerous than any species the collective had ever encountered. When the Exornath finally returned the children unharmed, hoping to salvage some diplomatic relationship, they discovered that humanity's response hadn't softened one bit. The children were returned, yes, but humanity's message was clear: we're still coming for you. The Exornath attempted to flee into deep space. Humans, with their newfound unified focus and determination, reverse-engineered Exornath technology from the recovered laboratories. They built faster ships. They developed tracking systems. They pursued with relentless, methodical vengeance. The Exornath's final transmissions to the Galactic Council were desperate pleas for intervention. They described humanity as a species of protective demons wrapped in flesh, noting that they had never encountered anything like the coordinated, vengeful response. One report specifically stated, "Even when facing certain death, they continue. They sing as they fight. They laugh in the face of annihilation. They cannot be reasoned with or bargained with when their offspring are threatened." The Galactic Council received these warnings and immediately updated its treaties and regulations. A new law was added to the Intergalactic Code of Conduct, something unprecedented: an absolute prohibition on any interaction with human young, with consequences so severe that even discussing the violation could result in expulsion from civilized space.